Hey there, and welcome to Alienware Academy. I am Marco, and in this course I'll be teaching you everything that you need to know to get started with Tom Clancy's The Division 2. The Division 2 is an RPG game that can either be played alone or with up to 4 friends. And you never have to worry about losing progress when you join someone else or when someone joins you, because everything that you do together is always carried over to your own instance. And it of course also counts for other players that join you. It can take quite a while to reach the maximum level and to get all the best gear in the game, and as you get further into the game, the gear also gets more complicated. Now this is, in my opinion, of course, also what makes the game interesting. You make builds, you test them out, and they either work or they don't. But if you dive in head first, then this can also have the chance to confuse you. You're not sure what to do, your character's weak, and you don't know why, and maybe this is going to push you away from the game. Now this course is mainly going to focus on that, to make sure that you know everything that you need to know about the loot and the in-game systems, so that hopefully you will not run into a wall when it is time to make your own builds and such. Before we do anything though, I'd like to point out a few things that you can change within the settings and in the UI to give you a better overall experience. Mainly UI stuff, that's what we're going to focus on this first video. So let's dive into the settings, I guess. For this episode and for all the following episodes on this course, I'll be using the Tobii eye tracker to point out things on the screen. It is this little blue circle that you can see right now. And this circle indicates where I'm looking at any point. And whenever I go over the menus or over specific stats, I'll be using the eye tracker to show you what I'm talking about. So if there's any confusion about that, just try to look for a blue dot on screen and go from there. So heading over to the settings in the menu and going over to the gameplay tab on the left, we first have the on-call status, which is by default set to all. Now this feature basically allows other players that are downed to ask you for help and to ask you to join their session. Even players that you do not have on your friend list. This could be another player in the world just playing by himself at randomly. Now, if you want to keep this enabled and help other players, feel free to do so, but this can get quite spammy at times. You're doing a mission and there's a call from another agent, and then you decide to help him, and then you're done and you get another call, and it just keeps going and going. It isn't always like that, but it can be like that. So remember that if you run into any issues with that, just remember to set it to none or to friends only. Then, further down in the gameplay settings, you have 2 FOV sliders, which I recommend bumping up a little bit, because the default FOV is quite low. I have set both of these to 15, and this just indicates that I have 15 extra FOV. Then, just above that, we also have 2 more settings that you're going to have to toggle to yes. The first one is show skill on group frame, and then we also have show numeric skill cooldown time. The first toggle allows you to see what skills your friends have when they are joining your squad, which is always useful. And then the second toggle is especially important because it will make it so that you can see the cooldown of your skills in seconds. Now, skills are the abilities that you'll use throughout the game. If you're a complete beginner, these are things such as your healing abilities, your seeker minds, those sort of stuff. And if you don't have this toggle set to yes, then you will not be able to see the exact cooldown of those. You will just see a bar fill up. You definitely want the seconds because it's a lot more precise, and without it, you'd always end up guessing. That's going to be it for this first episode. In the next one, we'll go over the leveling process and what happens once you reach level 30. So, yeah, I'll see you there.